Welcome to my YouTube channel. Victoria here, and in this tutorial I want to show you how I made the pants. It's an easy one. It's the same way I did the shorts, just that these very shorts you can check them in the very playlist. Just that these ones were shorts and this one we're going to make a pant, but similar measurements, similar procedure, just a few changes. I did 65, 66, actually 66, 67, sorry, needles that I cast on. I'm going to cast on with first the waist yarn, knit a few rows, and then join, add a nylon cord, then use the main color. So you can go on ahead, pull out the needles. If you want measurements, you can measure your hip measurement, and then you divide it into half, so you can work on one half and then the other half, and then join together the pants. So if this is a smaller size on you, you can just do your hip measurement, and then you divide it into half, so it will give you a full measurement for one side of the leg and then the other side. So here I'm going to, after casting on, I knit one row, then I'm going to pull all the needles into the working position. So after knitting one row, you pull all the needles into your working position. And then you hang your comb. Now knit a few rows. Okay, after that you can remove this waist yarn. So you can pick up your nylon cord if you have one, and you knit one row with it. If you don't have a nylon cord, you can use yarn of a different color so that it doesn't match with the main color. Now after this, take back your row counter to 0, 0 and your tension to 6. Then pick up your main color. I'm using green as my main color, green actually, and then knit straight. I'm going to knit straight up to 250, but this is also dependent on your height from down, or where you want your pants to be, up to the crouch area. So you can knit as many rows as you want. First have to take your measurements, and then you keep transferring to the work you're doing. Here I did up to 250 rows for this particular pant, so I'm going to knit straight up to 250. So knit up to 250, then we shall meet when you're there. All right. So I've reached row count at 250. Sorry, those are 250 rows, all the same. Now I'm going to cast off 10 needles this side and 10 needles the other side all at once. So you pick up your latch hook and you cast off 10 needles this side and 10 needles the other side. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and put this in the 11th. Push back this, then go on and do the same this side. 10 needles. So after that, you're going to knit 2 rows, 1 2, and transfer a stitch both sides from one needle to the next, and also the same this side. So we are going to do this 5 times. That is 1 2. So this is the second. Point of correction: first, before you start the transfers, you need to put back your needles to 0 0, your row counter back to 0 0, and then you start the transfers. So far we had done 4 rows, and others are 4 rows. Then continue with the transfers. And this is the 5th needle. So after this, with arrow counter now at 10, because we've transferred 5 needles after 2 rows, so meaning arrow counter here would be 0 1 0. Those are 10 rows. Now we are going to knit straight up to 0 8 0, row counter reading 80. I've reached row counter 80. So now I'm going to do a 1 by 1 rib, that is picking stitches and transferring them to the next to create a 1 by 1, just like that, because we are going to work on the waist. We've reached the part of now doing the waistband. So you just pick up stitches and transfer one to the next to create a 1 by 1 rib. After this, you push back the needles you've transferred from to the resting position, and then you I used a different color for the waistband, so I'm going to knit 20 rows and 20 rows, making a total of 40 rows for the band. So now I'll pick up stitches and join back to the rib, to the needles, now the ones which are not working, to make a hem for the waistband. So this is one part of the leg. You can go on ahead when you finished this part, and you also work on the second one. I'm going to show you how you can work on the cuff. So after this, you knit one row and you join. Sorry, you knit one row and you cast off and join. At this point, if you haven't subscribed, please go on ahead and subscribe. Thank you for those of you who have subscribed to this channel. In case you want to support me by buying me coffee, you can check in the link description below. In my link tree, there is coffee. Buy me coffee. I'd be grateful. Or you can go via Patreon. I'd be so much grateful. It's a way of helping me build up this channel and get you proper content. I'll leave a link in the description below to my link tree. In case you want to send me a WhatsApp, there's also a link in the link tree that you can send me a WhatsApp and we chat. You can as well follow me on Instagram and like my page on Facebook. Thank you so much for the 1,200 something subscribers. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for believing in this content and liking it. You keep me going and thinking harder of getting you more content. Thank you so much for appreciating the tutorials that I share with you. And I can always share with you what I make. So you can go on ahead and cast off from the machine. Then after this, we are going to be working on the cuff. So if you want to make them longer, you can take your measurements, right, and you transfer. I just had a recent tutorial on how you can transfer the inches to your machine, so you can refer to that in case you have a difficulty, and you'll be able to get the right measurements for what you are doing. Inches to needles and rows. So I'm going to leave a tail that I'll use to join the rib. Now push back the needles. So what we are going to do, we are going to work on the cuff area. If you watched my tutorial of making the mermaid skirt, it's the same way we are going to do this similarly. I'm going to be picking 2 stitches, 1, 2, the ones which are between the, I'm picking the main color stitches. This is the green. So I'm going to be picking 2 stitches at once and then transferring them to the needle all through. So it's what I'm going to do, 2, 2, 2, 2 into one needle, 2 stitches into one needle. So I'd already worked on the other part, the other leg. So this is what I'm going to do to bring out this effect. If you can look at this, because you're working on the cuff. So I'm just going to pick up 2 stitches into one needle and then create this rib. So go on ahead and start picking up your stitches and transferring them into one needle all across. Here you're picking up stitches of the main yarn, and then after we shall pull out the nylon cord, which will remove the waste yarn that we began with. So go on ahead and pick up those stitches one by one. 2 into 1, 2 into 1, 2 stitches into one. So after putting the needles of two stitches onto one, you're going to pull them all back to the working position. So I'm going to come out. So pull all your needles to the working position and get the thread you're using for the cuff. In case you're using a different color, you can pick it up. And in tension 7, knit 1 row. After that 1 row, you're going to transfer stitches to make the rib. So you transfer stitches 1 by 1 to the next to create a 1 by 1 rib. So taking back my row counter to 000 and my dial tension 5, I'm going to knit 20 rows, the same rows I did for the waist. 20, 20, a total of 40. Pick them up. So I'll knit one row in tension 8 and then cast off loosely. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with your fellow knitters. Let me know what you think. You can also hit the notification bell so you're always the first one to watch these tutorials. A big shout out to my Nigerian friends on Knitters Hub. Thank you so much, you people, for following, for subscribing. You encourage me. Thank you so much. I'm also going to leave a long tail that I'll join the rib with. So right now we don't need this, so we are going to pull out I'm going to pull out the nylon cord so that I can remove this waste yarn. Oops, it's a bit tight. So I finally pulled out the nylon cord. It was a bit stuck. I don't know why. I think it was tight. So now we have one leg ready. I had already joined this other one, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is we are going to also join this other part. We are going to join right from the cuff area to the crouch area by putting back the work onto the machine. You knit one row and you cast off. It's just joining the leg. So put back your work onto the machine. It depends on the length, remember, that you measured. So here I'm doing 73 to 72 needles because it's the length that I did. I want for the pants. So you just put back, join, and cast off. And then after we shall work on the upper part. So go on ahead and do that, then we shall meet when you're done joining this whole part. Alright. So with your two sides ready, one for the left and the other for the right, you put them together and then join this side and then also join the other side. So I want to do this back onto the machine. I'll pick up stitches and join the front and also the back. So go on ahead and do that. Join the front and the back separately, and then after we shall after that we need to do an eye cord for the waist, and then you do the blind stitch on the cuffs as well as on the side on the waist, and your pant will be ready. So go on ahead and do that, and then we shall meet thereafter. So I did the I-cord for the waist. You can add a band, an elastic band if you want to, but this is how the pants have turned out to be. They can fit if you get the right measurements. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've liked the video. See you next time. Bye bye.